and paid the bills. Not like Jezebel. There you go again, Bonita, focusing on the negative. I put the broom back in the kitchen and checked my watch. Oh, I'd better get busy. Open house starts soon. I had better things to think about than a spoiled young woman who disliked me. I mean, it's not as if I hadn't tried to befriend her. Heck, I'd even proposed teaming up on a few projects. But she wasn't interested in sharing the glory with anyone on anything. So be it. Fine with me. Good luck moving that house on Bellini Lane. I had a buyer in mind, but I wasn't going to help Jezebel out. I mean, why should I? She'd made it perfectly clear that she worked alone. Again, I scolded myself for fixating on my rival. But to be fair, it was for good reason. There was nothing more frustrating than talking to someone who constantly wanted to one-up you. If you had a headache, she had a migraine. If you sold a wooded lot, she sold a duplex. It was exhausting, really. And I didn't need that kind of negativity in my life. But I swear, if I win that award... Focus, Bonita. You have an open house today. And this isn't the time to plan your acceptance speech. I laughed at that idea. Did you give an acceptance speech at such an event? I'd never been to one of those banquets before. I'd only been in real estate for 2 years. I never had the desire to go rub elbows with my salty peers. But this year would be something special. I'd worked hard, and I was pretty proud of myself. Enough with the sweeping. This floor was spotless. I mean, I could eat off the darn thing. Oh, that needs a bit of dusting. Tick, tick. I paused as I smoothed the linen over the small round table. That was the second time I heard that noise. I'd ignored it the first time, but for some reason, the sound gave me the heebie-jeebies. I was probably being paranoid, but what could it be? Could that be the pipes? I sure hoped not. Nothing about bad pipes came up in the house inspection. I hadn't turned the heating or air on, so couldn't be the central system, could it? Nope. Nothing else. With a shrug of indifference, I went about my business and placed a pretty, oval-shaped silver tray on the welcome table and covered it with a white doily. I carefully arranged the treats on the tray, and though I hadn't actually baked these cookies, they smelled amazing, and I was sure they would tempt somebody to hang around and chat. That's what I wanted, to start a conversation. I was a good conversationalist, if I do say so myself, especially when it came to houses. And it was hard to walk away from any conversation when someone offered you cookies. Yep, I was pretty sure I'd be able to move Brady Hall in quick order. All of this downtown area had sprung to life in the past 10 years. No doubt a credit to the new mayor and some savvy business owners. Maybe people just had a hankering for seeing their city improve. I couldn't be sure. But I was definitely the beneficiary of such improvements. Commerce had reawakened in downtown Mobile, and now this forgotten historical treasure was on the market. Hopefully for the last time. Tick, tick. I put the empty cookie box in the crate and slid under the table. What was that? Was there a wind blowing outside? Could it be a branch tapping against a window? I couldn't have that during the showing. I had turned on all the lights on the bottom floor, but I suddenly wished I had a flashlight with me so I could go outside to investigate. The porch light wasn't bright enough to shine around the sides of the house. Oh, why did it have to be so dark out? What was that sound? I heard it again. Tick. Just one tick this time. I glanced around the room and saw nothing and no one, but I got the feeling that the sound was coming from somewhere close by. A nearby window, perhaps. Was somebody tapping on the glass? The front door wasn't locked, and the windows were a little too high off the ground to imagine a person could easily tap on the glass. I guess a really tall person could reach them, but not comfortably. But why would they? I walked to the window and pulled back the curtain a little more.